Hey, what is going on, guys? This video today is going to be an attempt to dispel a few major gameplay myths/misconceptions in Fortnite. Although some or even all of these things may already be known by an experienced Fortnite player, I have a feeling a lot of you guys will learn at least some worthwhile information throughout the duration of this video. And if you're a newer player or just someone that doesn't really put much time into Fortnite research, you may not have known any of the things discussed in this video before watching it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so the first section of this video is going to deal with sensitivity in Fortnite. There are a bunch of major misconceptions involving sensitivity in Fortnite, and a lot of aspects of it that just generally aren't well understood by the average player. The first misconception about sensitivity that I want to put at the very beginning of this video is the fact that there is no such thing as decimal or fractional X or Y sensitivity in Fortnite. Although more and more people are starting to figure this out and word spreads about it, there's still a ton of players of even very high skill levels that don't know this. So X and Y sensitivity, which basically refers to non-ADS sensitivity in Fortnite, operates on a scale of 1 to 10. However, unlike games such as Call of Duty where you can only select whole number values when changing your sensitivity, Fortnite allows you to scroll the sensitivity bar much more precisely. That means that you could theoretically set your sensitivity to a high 7, low 7, or medium 7. You could even get more precise than that and go with 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters when setting your X and Y sensitivity in Fortnite is the whole number value. A low 7 is exactly the same thing as a high 7. 5.01 is exactly the same thing as 5.99. This has been tested and proven multiple different times by multiple different people. And if you want your own proof so you can see this for yourself, say your X sensitivity to say a low 6 and your Y sensitivity to a high 6, save it, exit the settings menu, and come back. What you'll see is that even though you set them pretty far apart on the sensitivity scale, when you come back they will be lined up perfectly right in the middle of 5. Apparently, Epic does this because they don't want people accidentally moving their X and Y sensitivity and then forgetting where it previously was before they accidentally moved it. So yeah, people ask me all the time things like, is your 7X sensitivity a high 7 or a low 7? And I also see people refer to their own sensitivities all the time as like 6.75 or 7.75. But again, at the end of the day, for X and Y sensitivity, the only thing that matters is the whole number. But just to clarify, ADS and scope sensitivity obviously do not operate the same way, since those sensitivities actually do show you the decimal. So 0.49 is 100% not the same thing as 0.40 if you're dealing with ADS or scope sensitivity. But speaking of ADS and scope sensitivity, they actually have their own pretty major problem that I think is much less well known than the fractional sensitivity issue. And that is the fact that ADS and scope sensitivity do not operate independent of X and Y sensitivity. What exactly does that mean in layman's terms? Well, let me give you an example. Say player A plays on 1X, 1Y, and 0.50 ADS sensitivity, and player B plays on 10X, 10Y, but the same 0.50 ADS sensitivity. You would think that since both players play on the exact same ADS sensitivity, their sensitivity when aiming down sights should be exactly the same, right? Well, I thought so for a very long time, but the fact is that isn't true. Player B with 10X and 10Y will have a way faster ADS sensitivity than player A with 1X and 1Y, even though at the end of the day, they both have the exact same ADS sensitivity. This is something I feel that a lot of people definitely don't know. They assume that X and Y sensitivity is only responsible for affecting their non-ADS sensitivity. It's also responsible for a lot of confusion when discussing Fortnite sensitivity in general. If you play on, say, 5x and 5y, hearing that someone plays on a 0.25 ADS sensitivity, it may make them seem like clueless or just not a really good player. Because if you were to switch your ADS to 0.25, your crosshairs would pretty much move at the speed of molasses while ADSing. But if that player plays on, say, 10x and 10y, it's probably a very normal ADS speed. It's also kind of a cautionary tale against just blindly copying other people's sensitivities without trying them first. Say you copy one player's X and Y sensitivity and another player's ADS and scope sensitivity, it could make for some pretty bad combinations. The next thing I want to cover in this video is the misconception revolving around the statement, skins do not provide any competitive advantage in Fortnite. Believe it or not, this statement is actually 100% untrue. Now, is it true that every skin in the game has the same hitbox? Yes, that statement is true, but it isn't why some skins are simply better or worse than others. The main reason why, to some extent at least, skins do provide a competitive advantage in Fortnite is because of the varying sizes and fields of vision that each skin provides. I'm going to be showing pictures on the screen that show this exact principle. This is the #1 reason why you'll probably never see me using bulky skins in any of the gameplays on my channel. For the most part, guy skins are almost always bulkier than girl skins, so that's why I pretty much never even buy guy skins from the shop anymore. And trust me, it isn't just me. Next time you watch a competitive Fortnite event, pay close attention to the skins being used by the players. You'll see the vast majority of players using girl skins with really skinny body models. Now, at the end of the day, this definitely is a fairly small advantage. This alone is not going to turn a bad player to a good player or a good player to a great player. I think a good comparison for it is how you see a lot of top PC players playing on a stretched res. The advantage it gives you is definitely slight, but every once in a while it could be the difference between getting a kill or dying and winning a game or losing. And I mean, you guys see the pictures to judge for yourself. There's sometimes, especially when aiming down sights, where these bulky skins can cut off doorways or windows, and skinny skins definitely don't. So it's literally just up to you to judge if the advantage is worth or not worth not using some of the skins that you may already own or possibly want to buy in the future. So that's going to wrap it up for this video today. A lot of really interesting stuff in here that I hope can make you guys a little more knowledgeable about Fortnite in general. We're just speaking about skins, so leave me a comment down in the comment section below. What is your favorite skin in all of Fortnite? It can be a skin you own or a skin you don't own. My personal favorite would definitely be the Renegade Raider. I'm going to let this gameplay play out because it's actually a pretty impressive 24 kill gameplay, so be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.